Hello everyone, this is Andrew from Crown Academy of English. Today's lesson is a vocabulary lesson about expressions related to health and fitness. So, in this lesson you will learn 11 expressions and idioms related to health and fitness. To have a frog in one's throat. So what does this mean? Well, this is the literal meaning of a frog. So this is a frog. But what does it mean if you have a frog in your throat? Well, it's an expression, it's an idiom, and it means to be unable to speak properly because your throat feels dry and you need to cough. Okay, so it means that you are not able to speak. It feels like something is stuck in your throat. So when you have a frog in your throat, something is tickling your throat. Okay? Example. I can't speak. I have a frog in my throat. Okay, so the poor lady, she's unable to speak properly because she has this tickling sensation in her throat. Okay? To be blind as a bat. So this is the literal meaning of a bat. It's this little black animal that looks like a flying mouse. Okay, so bats are animals who cannot really see very well. Their eyesight is very bad. So this expression, it means to have very bad eyesight, to have bad view. But be careful, this is quite a rude expression. So if you say that someone is blind as a bat, it's not very polite. Okay. So example, Sarah says, I can't find my phone. And Jane says, it's on your desk. You're blind as a bat. You're blind as a bat. You have bad eyesight because here is the phone here, right in front of her. Okay, so you can say this to friends, for example, because they will understand that you're teasing them as a joke. But don't say this seriously to someone that you don't know very well. It is a rude expression. To be under the weather or to feel under the weather. So if you are under the weather, then you don't feel well. You are ill or you are sick. So an example, Sarah says, I'm not going to work today. And David asks, why not? And Sarah replies, I'm feeling under the weather. So I'm feeling ill. I'm not very well. Okay? To be white as a ghost. To be white as a ghost. So this is a ghost. So as you can see, a ghost is white, completely white. So if you are white as a ghost, it means that your face is very pale. Your face is very white. So pale, it means when your face or skin is not a very good color. It's gone, yes, you don't have a lot of color in your cheeks. You look pale and white. So this is an example. His face is very pale. Mark asks, what's wrong with David? He's white as a ghost. He's white as a ghost. Jane replies, he has the flu. So he has the flu. So this is a type of illness. So he's ill, and that is why he is pale. He's white as a ghost. We can also say white as a sheet. Sheet, S-H-E-E-T. So we put a sheet on a bed. Okay, so either a sheet or a ghost. to be in good shape. So this means to be in good health, to be in good physical condition, to be fit. He is in good shape. He is in good shape. So he is in good health. He's physically fit. He is in good physical condition. And the opposite is to be in bad shape. So to be in bad shape means to be in bad health and in bad physical condition. So poor Mark is in bad shape. He needs to lose weight. So he needs to lose weight. Okay, so he's not in very good health. He's not physically fit. He's in bad physical condition. He needs to take care of himself. To be on the mend. So if you are on the mend, it means that your health is improving after an illness. Okay, so you're starting to recuperate. You're starting to feel better after an illness. So an example, Sarah, unfortunately, she has been ill recently. So David asks, "How are you feeling?" And Sarah replies, "I'm feeling better today. I'm on the mend. I'm on the mend." So this means that my health is improving. I am feeling better. Okay, I am recuperating. To be hard of hearing. This is a very good expression. To be hard of hearing. So if you are hard of hearing, it means that you do not hear very well. So with your ears, you have problems hearing things. So it means that you have bad hearing. So here is an example. He wears a hearing aid because he is hard of hearing. So this is a hearing aid. It's this plastic device inside his ear which helps him to hear. So he has to wear a hearing aid because he is hard of hearing. So without the hearing aid, without it, he has bad hearing. He does not hear very well. Okay, so it's a good expression, but be careful of the form. It's to be hard of hearing. Okay, so for example, you could say to someone, please speak up. I am hard of hearing. Okay, this is a good expression. I like this one. To have pins and needles. To have pins and needles. So the literal meaning is, well, here are pins. So pins, we use them when we are sewing, making clothes. And also it's the same with a needle. So this is a needle. We use a needle and thread when we sew something. So here we are sewing a button with a needle and thread. So that's the literal meaning. But what does it mean in the context of your health? In the context of your health, what does it mean if you have pins and needles? Can you guess? Well, it's quite a long explanation. It means, well, if you don't move your arm or leg for a long time, then you lose the feeling in your arm or leg. And the arm or leg feels numb. Numb. So numb means you can't feel it. There's no feeling. And it usually happens because of bad circulation. And then after, when you start to move your arm or leg again, then you feel a tingling pain. So you have a bit of a sharp pain in your arm or leg. And that tingling pain and sensation is called pins and needles. Okay, and it's because the pain feels like someone is stabbing you with pins and needles. Feels like pins and needles are touching your skin. Okay, so that is why we call it pins and needles. So example, she can't walk. She has pins and needles in her foot. So I'm sure you have all experienced this yourselves. When you have pins and needles in your foot, it's very difficult to walk. Okay, so you have to sit down and massage your foot. To be fit as a fiddle. To be fit as a fiddle. So what is a fiddle? Well, this is a fiddle. It's a kind of violin. So it's a musical instrument, a violin. And this expression, it simply means to be in good health. To be fit and strong with a lot of energy. So my grandmother is 84, but she's fit as a fiddle. Okay, so she's old, but she's in good health. She's fit and strong, and she has lots of energy. Okay, she's fit as a fiddle. To have a hangover. If you have a hangover, then you are ill after drinking too much alcohol. After drinking too much alcohol. The symptoms of a hangover are headache, nausea, and vomiting. Okay, so you have a hangover usually the next day, the day after drinking too much alcohol. Example, Mark went to a nightclub on Saturday and drank 10 pints of beer. He drank 10 pints of beer, so he drank too much alcohol. And then when he woke up on Sunday morning, he had a hangover. He had a hangover. So we've put this in the past simple tense because this is in the past. When he woke up on Sunday morning, he went to a nightclub on Saturday. Okay, so this is the past. So the past simple form of have is had. He had a hangover. Okay, so if you don't drink alcohol, then you will never have a hangover. Splitting headache. Splitting headache. So what does this mean? Well, a headache, just a normal headache is when your head hurts. You have a pain in your head. But a splitting headache is a very bad headache. So it's a very strong pain in your head. Your head hurts a lot. Jane asks, do you have an aspirin? And Sarah asks, what's wrong? And Jane replies, I have a splitting headache. A splitting headache. So Jane has a very, very bad headache. Okay, so a migraine is an example of a splitting headache. If you suffer from migraines, then they are a type of splitting headache. Okay, so there we are. That's the end of the video. If you are preparing for the IELTS exam, then click here for more information about our IELTS online course. And here are some other videos which I recommend.